The trust and cooperation just wasn't there on the unit, not even any accountability. It got to the point where I didn't even want to come to work anymore.
Things weren't getting done, and the communication was bordering on dysfunctional. Worst of all, we were making errors. It felt like we were letting the patients and their families down.
It took us a while to figure it out, but when we did, we realized what we had been missing. We finally started to work as a team.
So what made us wake up and start thinking and behaving as a team? It was a lot of things.
They have to repeat the colonoscopy on David's tomorrow. He wasn't prepped properly.
Certainly patient care was a factor, as was the bottom line.
We're down 2 staff again. We're going to need a floater and one of the travelers.
Turnover and poor morale are costly. And after reading a study that clearly identified teamwork and communication as major variables in error prevention, we began to look at it as a risk management issue.
It's really a national issue. According to previous studies, 70 to 80% of medical errors are related to interpersonal interaction. Who can afford not to have teamwork? The Joint Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Organizations recognizes this. It states, teamwork is essential for optimizing quality and safety in the care of hospitalized patients. In fact, the Joint Commission now requires evidence of interdisciplinary collaboration in hospitals, nursing homes, and clinics as part of its accreditation review process.
On our Med-Surg unit, the textbook notion of a team sitting around some table leisurely discussing their goals and work assignments wasn't our reality.
Hey, can you check on Mr. Johnson right now?
Yeah, but I gotta call Dr. Miller ASAP.
Where I work, we hit the floor running and can barely catch our breath. I may not even know who my team is until I come on to my shift. I used to assume that this team building stuff didn't apply to us. But over time, I've seen that there are ways to foster teamwork, even in our environment. We all know that just because people work in a group, that doesn't mean that they work as a team.
Could you help me with the patient in room 7?
Does it look like I'm not busy here?
If we don't get him ready for transfer soon, we'll be in trouble.
I'm going on a break, Amy, right after I finish this note.
With a team, there are 3 distinguishing characteristics. A culture of trust and collaboration, a commitment to a common goal, and mutual accountability.
Building a culture of trust and collaboration, there was plenty of distrust going around, that's for sure. Everybody looking out for themselves. But that need for trust and teamwork is even more critical in today's environment.
You know, I can fill in for you, but can you just check on room 3 for me? I need to get a hold of radiology.
No problem. How's Mr. Raymond doing?
I'll check with Lisa and I'll let you know.
Surveys have found that group cohesion is a key predictor of whether staff stayed on at their work site.
How do you go about creating this culture of trust and collaboration? It starts at the top, if you ask me. The middle managers are crucial for setting the tone for teamwork. One of our new charge nurses really understood that.
It's not rocket science, but it's not always simple either. First of all, people would rather be led than be managed. So when it comes to a team culture, a good leader is really more like a good coach. Seeing the big picture, communicating clearly, and supporting the staff at every turn. And the frontline supervisors are the most important coaches in my book. I coach staff on the basics.
How are you doing, Jan? Fine. Could I see you briefly after I check this patient? I have some questions about this unit.
Oh, no problem. One of the basics is getting to know the people that you work with. Doesn't matter if they're regulars, students, floats, travelers, they're all part of your team, and they should feel that way. I tell staff that your student or CNA today may well be your long-term colleague tomorrow. And let's not forget that we were all beginners once. A core value of teamwork is bringing out the best in everybody. I try to say hello to everyone by name and show the same respect that I would like to receive myself. I like the job that you did in the med room. Are you getting what you need?
Yeah, thanks.
If you expect your staff to show courtesy and respect, you have to model it yourself.
Well, that's what I really think is going on with the PM shift.
I keep telling my team, communication, communication, communication. It's become my mantra, always checking in with the staff, having others check in with each other. Feedback is crucial here.
Why didn't you just tell me that up front?
I thought you were referring to something else. I guess I just wasn't listening.
I get a lot of feedback through our scheduled and spontaneous hallway chats. When we huddle up, almost like a football team. How's it going?
Okay, I had some questions about something the doctor said.